In the middle of Rajasthan's Thar desert, there is a village where time stopped. The houses still stand. The wells still exist. The streets are perfectly laid out. But for over 200 years, no one has lived here. In 1825, more than 1,500 people left this village in a single night. No bodies, no records of where they went, no signs of struggle. And before leaving, they made sure of one thing. No one would ever live here again. This place is called Kuldhara, and the real mystery isn't that it's abandoned. It's why a thriving community chose disappearance over survival. Kuldhara wasn't poor, it wasn't dying. It was built in 1291 by the Palaiwal Brahmins, a community so advanced they made the desert bloom. They engineered rainwater harvesting systems centuries ahead of their time. 84 villages flourished around Kuldhara. In a land where crops fail, they prospered. So ask yourself this. What could force a successful civilization to erase itself overnight? The answer begins in 1825. One night, the village headman, an old man named Kihar, calls everyone to the central square. Men, women, families, no celebrations, no lamps, just fear. Someone asks, "Why are we meeting at night?" Kihar doesn't raise his voice. He says, "The Diwan of Jaisalmer has given us 3 days. 3 days to decide their fate." The Diwan was Salim Singh, officially the Prime Minister of Jaisalmer. Unofficially, a man feared across the desert. The popular story says he wanted a girl from Kuldhara, but the truth is worse. Much worse. Recent historians uncovered state records describing a tax called Hak Takra. It translates to the right of cream. In reality, it legally allowed rulers and officials to abuse their power from villages under their control. This wasn't obsession. This was systematic, inappropriate slavery, legalized through taxation. Kuldhara wasn't being threatened. It was being marked. Back in the village square, Kehar explains the choice. If we give them one daughter, they will return for another. If we resist, they will come with soldiers. A woman breaks down crying. "Where do we go?" she asks. His power reaches everywhere, and that's when the village makes a decision so extreme. It still doesn't feel real. They don't fight. They don't negotiate. They choose something no one expects. They decide to leave everything. All 84 Palaiwal villages. All at once. In one night, not escape. Not flee, disappear. Think about that. 1,500 people, children, elderly, livestock, no roads, no maps, no alerts, yet no one notices. How is that possible? Unless they had been planning it for a long time. Trade records reveal something strange. In the months before 1825, the Palaiwals quietly sold heavy goods, furniture, tools, grain, always cheaply, always to distant merchants. They converted their lives into things they could carry and waited. On the final night, every family does the same thing. They lock their doors and leave the keys inside. They walk away silently. And in the center of Kuldhara, the elders perform one last act. Kahar raises his hands and says words that still echo today. "Let this land remain empty. Let no one who settles here prosper." It becomes known as the curse of Kuldhara. You might think that's superstition, until you look at what happened next. Every attempt to resettle Kuldhara failed. 1947, partition refugees fall mysteriously ill. 1960s, government farming project collapses. 2000s, a resort project abandoned after repeated accidents. Coincidence or something else? A geologist offers a chilling explanation. The Palaiwals didn't just curse the land. They destroyed the water system they alone understood. Aquifers were sealed. Channels collapsed. They engineered Kuldhara to survive, and then engineered it to die. The curse wasn't magic. It was knowledge. But where did they go? That's the question historians still can't answer. Some say Sindh. Some say distant Rajasthan villages. Some say they erased themselves completely. Until 2009, a genealogist finds families across Rajasthan with no connection except one thing. They share the same rituals, the same house designs, the same marriage customs, and the whispered story. Our ancestors came from the abandoned villages of the West. Could these be the Palaiwals? If yes, why hide it? Because Salim Singh's power didn't vanish overnight. To survive, the Palaiwals didn't just leave their homes. They killed their own identity. Imagine telling your children, "We had a name, we had a place, but we must forget it to live." Cultural death, to avoid physical destruction. Fragments remain. Old songs still sung in remote villages. We buried our footprints in sand. We carried honor without a name. When asked where it came from, elders reply, from the people who walked away. Not ran, walked. Here comes the moral shock. Salam Singh wasn't unique. British records document these practices, and the British did nothing. Why? Because the taxes kept flowing. 5 years after Kuldhara vanished, British reports called it an inconvenient disappearance of tax-paying villages. Inconvenient, not tragic. That is the real curse. Today, Kuldhara is a tourist spot. People take photos, tell ghost stories. Guides rarely mention why they left. Because the truth is uncomfortable. It's not a story of ghosts. It's a story of people choosing dignity over survival. Archaeologists recently found something heartbreaking. Jewelry, coins, carefully buried under floors. Not lost, hidden, as if they planned to return. As if they believed justice might come, it never did. One last detail. In 2010, an old woman told researchers, "My grandmother said we swore an oath. Never to return, never to speak its name. Until what?" She never finished the sentence. So Kuldhara remains empty, not haunted by spirits, but by choice. By a community that decided some things were worse than losing everything. And now the village asks you the same question. If your safety demanded your silence, your survival demanded your dignity, what would you choose? If you've liked this video, please like and subscribe to the channel.